Veneer calipers, they are interesting, but how do you use them? Well, you can use them in multiple different ways, and it's important to know how. First off, if you have a digital dial, the digital dial will have a button on it that switches it from metric to standard. However, with a spinny dial like this, you want to close the jaws all the way, and then you can turn the dial and put it on 0, depending on which dial you want to use. The red is for metric, the black is for standard. With the metric, every half turn is a full millimeter, and with the standard, every full turn is a 1/10 of an inch. Once you have your gauge set, you can turn this nut down here, which will lock the gauge so it doesn't move. In measuring, you have 3 ways to measure with a veneer caliper. Measure 1 is the obvious one, which is the jaws. This is used for measuring outer diameter. The first thing you read is the top gauge, 40, or the bottom if you're using standard. Second thing you read is the dial, so in this case it would be 0.20, so it would be 40.20 millimeters. That's how you read it, but now what about those other 2 ways to measure? The second ways you can measure is inner diameter, which would be these 2 up here. In this case, you insert it into a given hole like such. Flipping it around, you can read your measurement. Now, if you need to keep that measurement for any given length of time, you can tighten this nut to keep it in place. Now, for the third elusive measurement would be depth. This metal tab does not come out of the bottom for no reason. If you push it down like this, as you see, it turns the dial. This will give you an accurate measurement of how deep or how long something is from the top of something if you can't otherwise get that measurement. And this is the basics of a veneer caliper. Also, notable mention, you have this little rolly dial here, which helps you to get finer measurements. Remember to support yourself and others better than you do your friends, and if you know somebody who could use this information, please share it with them. If you're not following me already, you should be. Goodbye.